Hey, what is going on guys? My name is Zen and welcome to my channel. The new academic class is finally here after months of dry content, and today we are going to talk about everything you need to know about the physical attacking specialization of the academic class, which is known as the engineer. We will be going through her builds, playstyle, skill build, rotation, and much more. Without further ado, let's begin the video. The Engineer is a class that mainly deals physical damage and also some poison and ice damage from a few of her skills. To increase her attack, we will need to focus on increasing the AGI stat, which is also her main stat. Having AGI as her main stat means that the Engineer is easier to build than other classes because we can place all our focus in just improving one stat, which not only gives us 0.5 physical attack per AGI but also increases our critical value. Getting STR for this class is good as well since it also increases 0.25 physical attack per STR. Meanwhile, INT does not do anything for this class, so we want to avoid this stat at all costs. The Engineer is a summoner class where her playstyle revolves around placing turrets and towers to deal damage. She is that one person in the group project who lets everyone else to do the work and somehow still gets credit by using her adorable yet deadly Taki bodyguards, and not to mention Alfredo. The summon units do all the punching, bombing and blasting, while the Engineer chills at the back, just mindlessly staring into the abyss. Without her summon army, she is basically just emotional support. In fact, she reminds me a lot of Sakura from Naruto. You know, always caught in the middle of the action, but when real danger strikes, she either gets stunned or yells for help. Still, we love her because deep down, we all wish we could just chill while others do the hard work for us. In this part of the video, we will talk about the 3 equipment builds that you can go for in building your Engineer. Which build you should go for depends on how fat your wallet is, and I have named these builds the classic 9 to 5 worker build, the hustler build, and finally we have the ultimate kidney stealer build. The main differences between these 3 builds would be the type of set equipment you will be equipping and the accessories that you will be using as well. Throughout the 3 builds, we will be using the same suffixes, which will be the general go-to for all types of content. The suffixes to be applied are Wind for the cannon, Iron Wall for the threaded loop, Iron Wall for your gloves since it gives the highest physical defense which the Engineer lacks the most, and finally for the rest of your armors, apply the Wind suffix which will give you the most AGI stat that also increases your critical value. We will be also using the same hidden potentials throughout the 3 builds, so you can apply the following. For your weapon, secondary weapon and rings, you should have 3 potentials with 5.75% physical attack, STR percentage and AGI percentage, and you also need 1 perfect potential that gives you 17% crit and 5.75% physical attack. This combination of potentials will allow you to have sufficient crit when entering dungeons and nests, regardless of which build that you choose to go for later on. I would recommend getting the perfect potential on your main weapon or secondary weapon instead of your rings, since diamond codes are generally harder to get and therefore more expensive to reroll. Meanwhile, for your armors, necklace and earrings, get the potential with VIT percentage, AGI percentage and max HP. This is the best potential and there are no other alternatives that I would suggest in using. Luckily, armor codes are quite cheap in the trading house, so you can keep rerolling until you get it. With the potentials and suffixes out of the way, let's now discuss which equipment sets you should go for. We will start with build number 1, the classic 9 to 5 worker build. This build is perfect for players who have no time to grind the game, are just playing for fun, and have no expectation to clear the endgame content like the Dragon Nest. For your equipment, you will be using the full Manticore set, which gives physical attack upon getting the 7 set bonus. You can obtain this equipment set by either buying from the trading house or crafting it from the blacksmith. As for your accessories, you should get the Wind Sylvie necklace and earrings, specifically the ones that have Cure AGI and STR for higher physical attack, and pairing it with 2 Destruction Sylvie rings. If you like grinding the game for 15 hours a day, playing many sub-characters, farming for gold, and aiming to clear the endgame content, then you can go for build number 2, the Hustler build. For your equipment set, you will be using the Sea Dragon unique set with the intention of converting them into the legend grade in the future once you have gotten enough resources. If you do not have the resources to convert them to legend grade, it is highly recommended to at least get your set to 2 stars so that your power level will still be better than the level 50 epic gear when it releases. For your accessories, you should be using the unique Sea Dragon necklace and earrings with the stats focused on STR and AGI to boost your attack power. For your rings, you can go for 2 disciplinary apocalypse rings, choosing the ones with the highest attack power. This accessory set will increase your final damage and increase your overall damage. However, if you do not like to spend time grinding for gear and want to use your OP credit card instead, this final build will help you unlock financial disaster. For our final build, you will be using the full legendary Sea Dragon set where you will need to first evolve your unique Sea Dragon set to 3 stars and then convert them to legendary rarity. This set will give you the highest power out of the 3 builds and will continue being the dominant set until the release of Green Dragon in the 50 cap. For your accessories, you will match your legendary Sea Dragon equipment with a full set of legendary Sea Dragon accessories as well. The type of legendary Sea Dragon accessories will be the ones that gives you the highest STR, AGI as well as physical attack bonus, which I will put on screen now. The types of heraldry you should equip are pretty much straightforward. The 8 types of plates are Destruction, Ultimate, Wind, Health, Life Vitality, Iron Wall, Tent, and Fatal. If you have the goal to get 3rd stat plates, either go for physical attack or final damage to further boost your damage. However, I would advise to prioritize getting better equipment set and higher enhancement levels before even thinking about buying 3rd stat plates, since the incremental damage you get from the plates are not as high as getting a higher enhancement level or simply getting better gear. If you cannot afford 3rd stat plates, the level 40 epic grade plates is already good enough for you. For skill heraldry, you should get Ice Pump Tower cooldown, Cannon Tower cooldown, Skyline damage, and Ping Pong Bomb damage. The reason for getting the cooldown plates for our towers are mainly due to 2 reasons. Number 1, the duration of each tower has a fixed timer of 12 seconds. However, we can see that without the skill plates, the Ice Tower has a cooldown of 28 seconds and the Cannon Tower trailing behind with 18 seconds. Meanwhile, the Gatling Gun Tower only has a 14 seconds cooldown. This means that without the cooldown plates, our Ice Tower and Cannon Tower will have a 16 seconds and 6 seconds downtime, which significantly reduces our DPS as these towers are where a lot of our DPS comes from. After applying the cooldown heraldry, we will be able to get the cooldown time to 24.6 seconds for Ice Tower and 15.8 seconds for Cannon Tower, which significantly reduces their downtime. Reason number 2, enemies in the game run around the map and our towers need to be repositioned for them to target the enemy. The cooldown plates helps us to reposition the towers quicker to continue dealing DPS. Moving on to our skills, here is the skill build that I am currently using. On the Academic tab, level Quick Shot to level 11 since this skill has the best damage out of all the other skills in this tab. Next, you can level Stun Grenade to level 7 or level 6 depending on if you want to get Air Bomb. This is entirely up to your preference. For me, I like using this skill just for a tiny bit of extra airtime in desperate situations. Max out Wax and Alfredo as these skills are super versatile. Alfredo Recall and Dispenser are also must-learn skills. You can skip Force Out and Million Weight Hammer since these skills do not deal much damage. Since this is a pure PvE build, I have also skipped Bubble Bubble, but if you want to go for a hybrid build, you can learn this skill by downgrading Stun Grenade to level 3. For your other passive skills in this tree like Tumble, physical mastery, mental mastery, mind conquer, and aerial evasion, just level these skills and max them out. As for the engineer tree, here are the levels of my skills. I prioritize maxing the level of all 3 towers since these are the engineer's main damage output skills, and you should get them as high level as possible. Your Mecha Duck also deals high amounts of damage, especially the Mecha Shock skill, so you definitely want to get that as high level as you possibly can. I have it at level 3 right now because I wanted to learn the Flash Grenade skill for me to recover from enemy attacks easier. If you do not think you need this skill, you can put all that extra skill points to your Mecha Shock to increase its damage. For the rest of your Duck related skills, just get them to level 1 and learn the Skyline ultimate. This ultimate deals high damage, doesn't lock you into place while using the skill, unlike the Demolition ultimate. Now I did not level Confusion Explosion and Alfredo Hurricane since there is not enough skill points to learn them. If I had the additional skill points, I would have put it into Alfredo Hurricane especially, but the biochemical missile debuff offers more value, and as such, I learned the ping pong bomb and mine thrower to get this debuff skill. With my last 3 skill points, I put it into gravity grenade since it allows me to pull smaller enemies together for my towers to kill them easily. For your expert skills, prioritize leveling your 3 towers, wax, biochemical missile, and lastly, Mecha Shock. The other skills in the tree page can be leveled up later on. To play the engineer well, you will need to remember the rule of 3. The engineer simply loves this number and does not like it when you mention any number beyond 3. For example, you can only summon up to 3 towers at any one time. If you try to summon a 4th tower, your initial tower will be deconstructed and be replaced by the new one that you have just summoned. The same goes for your ducks, where you can only have 3 ducks on the field at any one time. This means that you will not be able to flood the entire map with your machines and take over the world. Now that you know the rule of 3, let's talk about the engineer's skill rotation. Before you start the fight, you can first summon your favorite robot butler Alfredo, since he does not have any field time limit. Once enemies start to appear, your combo will look something like this. You will first summon 1 duck and then proceed to construct 3 towers, and then activate biochemical missiles to activate the debuff. Proceed with ping pong bomb since it is one of your highest damage dealing skills. Use mecha bomb, throw your other bombs, use your ultimate if it's ready, or you can use other fielder skills, and then you pretty much repeat this process. You can also use your ultimate a little bit earlier before the mecha bomb, since the 20 seconds debuff from the biochemical missiles will still be applied by the time you use your ultimate. Overall, I think the engineer is a pretty fun and easy to build character that deals good damage and has a very chill playstyle. She is definitely a good pick for those who do not like complicated combo strings and just want to let her summons do the bidding. I myself am excited to see how well she will spice up the current and the future meta. Anyways guys, I hope this video has helped you out. As always, I appreciate each and every single one of you. This is Zen, signing out.